Hey everyone, this is Max from Unsubscribed Healthcare, and we are going to go over the billing tab. This is on page 34 of your user guide, and this tab also uses the SCUDS button format. So you have the search, clear, update, delete, and save. In cell B2, we again have the patient name. A dropdown for the patient ID is in C2, and a dropdown for the date of service is in D2. So the way that this works is that you are able to select the patient's name. Again, this is searchable, so if we get rid of this and we start typing in Max, you can see here. What you'll notice is in real time, below row 16, shows all of the dates of service for that patient, as well as all of patient IDs. So if we want to pick on the patient ID, we can select the first one, and you can see that it gets rid of the patient ID MS leg injury. If we click on leg injury, it gets rid of the other ones as well. So this way you're able to give a quick overview of all of the bills that you've had sent out or anything else for that patient. And then you can click on the date of service that you want to look at. When we click search, again, you'll notice that it updates into the fields. This again is typable, but you can also actually update and click save as well. So if you're looking to do quick bill data entry, what you can do is keep the patient name and ID in there and change the date of service, the amount of billed, and also your billing codes here. In columns H through M, you're able to put your normal charges here, and that will load into the clearinghouse later on. If you want to, you can also click on the billing button, and this will side load a window with the billing form in it, and you can fill out the name here. The nice thing about this too is that normally when you're first starting out making a patient or anything else, especially when you're filling in the billing form, there's not a drop down for the patient's name. You have to type it in. So what I like to do is that I like to call in the billing information from the patient's workbook itself. So if I go up to unsub menu and I go into the data center, you can see I can click on the bill data entry. Now in the database area, I can just click copy and paste. So this is especially good when it's their first eval. And then once you have their name inside that billing tab inside the data center, you're able to just call it forward and do it all from here by clicking that save button. But when you're first doing it, I would click on their patient name, copy and paste it here, patient ID, copy and paste it here, and then you would put in the treating therapist. This is also another area that you want to update on the billing information tab to update and put in all of the clinicians that are working for you. Then we would put in the data service. We'll put it for the future. We'll put it in for Wednesday. We'll say the amount billed was 300, and we're going to send it out the same day and go from there. But again, this form allows you to put in all of these notes and stuff that you want. So now that's been submitted, we can go back to the data tab and we click clear, and you can see that new data entry was put here at the bottom. So if we want to get that new one that we just did, we'd get clear, and then we go to the future date of service, click search. Now that we have this bill pulled forward, or this form that we submitted pulled forward, we can do a couple of things. We can use either the update or the save. So if we wanted to update this and say that we have gotten the amount received back from the billing, and we got back $200, we could put that there, and then we would add in the date that it was received. Now if we click update, it saves it to this date of service. If we click clear, and we load that data service back again, you'll see that it pulled it forward. One thing you'll notice is that the date received wasn't completed, so you want to make sure that you no longer are isolated on this button like this. You want to click out of it, and then you click update. When you do that, now it should update completely. Click OK, and now you can see that the date received has been updated. If we click clear and say now we have Joe Dirt, and we want to update and add in a new billing code for him, and we don't want to submit a billing form because that will take a little bit longer. What we can do instead is that we can come here, click on his old date of service, and then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to update the date of service to where the new billing is. So he came in for the 18th for his initial eval, and then he came in for the 20th for his treatment. We billed, $240. The bill was sent out on the 20th, and then what we can do is we can click save. Okay, when you click save, it will clear. Let's click on Joe Dirt again and see if we can pull forward that information from that new data service. And you can see here that we're able to do it. Now it's all pulled forward, and even pulled forward the CPT codes and everything else. So you would want to make sure that you'd update those and change those to be correct as well. But that's how you're able to quickly add in a new data service by just using the save button rather than the update. If you didn't do it correctly and you needed to delete it, you would just click delete and it will delete just that day. If there are more than one entries with the same serial number, it will delete all the entries. The serial number is made up of the patient name, patient ID, and date of service. So make sure that you don't have multiple of the same date of service. And it will tell you how many rows have been deleted when it does that. It leaves it there just in case there was a mistake. So you can see, even though it's been deleted from down here, it's not available in row 17 and down. It is still available here. It doesn't clear it right away, so that way if you wanted to save a new updated version of that bill, you could. If you want to update the form, you can as well. Go to, on the database tab, while you're clicked on the billing, you go up to Tools, Manage Form, and go to Edit Form. From here, you'd be able to add in anything that you want. So if you wanted to add in additional clinicians who are now treating, you would be able to put it in here. My idea for having the treating therapist and everything present is so that you can do some research later on by calling forward the clinician stuff. So I hope to have more data analytics and graphs available for analyzing how clinicians are doing for billing, everything else, because I know that's important to a lot of clinics. So that's a feature update that I hope to get out there. But yeah, you'll want to update your own treating therapist as well in this area. Any of this stuff can be updated. If you do update any of these questions or anything like that, you will want to update it, the corresponding question here in the billing tab in the data center. In the CPT areas, you would want to put in CPT codes that are relevant to you. If you don't see any here that you need, you would be able to update it here as well. Same thing for your charges. If you want to add in other charges that you normally use or delete some, you can do that there. So that's an overview of the billing tab. Next up, we're going to go on to the clearinghouse.